Yeah, it's fucking shit like that, isn't it? Like when you lose people, like it's so difficult to get stuff back. Like especially if it's a big number of people.
I've lost, with PT.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of clients this week. Just through is pretty crap, really. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't had it that bad for a long time.
How many you lost?
Well, I've lost 3 in a week.
And you had that one the other week as well.
But they're all doing twice a week. So that's
Right,
6 sessions a week.
And that person the other week, that's 8 sessions a week.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's quite rare. I think we fall into this trap of being quite blasé that you got the same person each week.
Yeah.
But you realise actually it's quite fragile,
Yeah.
and you can't lose them. And it's not anything. It's very reasonable reasons they've left. It's not.
Is it all like code? Is it all?
Well, I can't argue if some have died.
That doesn't help.
So that is something I can't do anything about.
Yeah.
And illness, and like getting ill that they can't train anymore.
Yeah.
Like not just a week off, like seriously, strokes.
Yeah,
issues.
I was only talking to the lads at the gym, the other PTs, yesterday or today, one of them, about like if you get to a point where you're not looking for that next bit of business, or you get to a point where you're that relaxed that you're not worried about losing people, then your head's not in the game anymore. Like you need to be on edge effectively most of the time, because you like you say, you never know when it's going to change. Like you losing 8 sessions there, I mean that's the best part of what, £1,500 a month? More. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's So I mean, if you're not prepared and always looking for someone else to come in, or finding that next bit of income as a self-employed person, then and you're too relaxed, and you're going to be caught out pretty severely. That's why we've always got to be on our game a little bit, which is difficult. That's why stuff like this, or creating content and being visible, it's worse these days just because of that, because you're expected to be online, and you haven't got time. And when it comes to time is everything, especially as being in a busy dad, parent, family life, self-employment, running a business, trying to do your own stuff day to day. Time is everything, and I've got to put my next social media post out. I've got to schedule this. I've got to schedule that, or I've got to record this and edit that. And it's just another element you've got to just think about. And that's what we were saying the other week about referrals being absolute key to your business, because they'll be your best advertisement referrals, because that's coming from people that train with you, that will literally sing your praises to their friends, and then you get clients, rather than you having to go out there on your socials and look what I do, this is what I do, this is who I am.
It's interesting you mentioned about the social media and all that. I watched this guy on YouTube, funny enough, does social media for a living. He's gone to a social media company and does media and blah blah blah, and he said he has so many companies coming to him saying, we don't know what we're doing wrong, we're on Facebook, we're on all this social media stuff, we're doing adverts, we're doing this, that and the other. And he said actually most people, for businesses, it doesn't work as well as people think, doing adverts and all that, and promoting yourself constantly. He said, because you just fall into the trap of effing as everyone else is doing. Yeah. He said you just become part of the noise. He said, and you're nothing, you might think you're doing a good post, but there's 1,000 other posts just the same. Just
doing the same thing.
And he said it's actually people do a lot of business, and I have thought this to myself sometimes. You do all this, do all this social media stuff. How many clients do you actually get from it? Yeah, exactly. For the work you put in, it's probably not that effective, really. I know it gets you out there, and I know that, and it's brand awareness, and people might not take PT of you then and there, but you might plant a seed. But he was saying that, and I sort of think this is right, that when you do a post, you have to be so much more lasered in on something really specific for people.
It's having that niche, isn't it?
And we've heard niche how many times? I mean, I just roll my eyes when I hear that now. Have a niche. It's just okay. We've all heard have a niche, eh?
Yeah, well, I worked with a business coach for a bit, and I learned a lot from it. It's just before Rivi was born, so I kind of wanted to take on some skills that I could then use to try and grow the business a bit. I mean, honestly, I didn't do it as well as I should have done. Again, it all came down to time, and in the end, having to race back and doing dirty nappies and all that sort of stuff didn't help. But one thing he says, he's a personal training business coach, or online training personal business coach. But he said, like, there's 100 or thousands other PTs out there doing the same thing as you. He said, which is normal. He said, so you just got to narrow it down, right down to who you are, who you work with, and have your things that are like different to them. Have your strategies, rather than be like everyone's using the word. We're going to use this for accountability, or my little community. I might have called it the TW Fitness Hub. Sort of thing. You make it a little bit different, like rather than using those same words.
I agree. I think I mean, I am just sick to death of this industry just spitting out the same old stuff. Why do you need a personal trainer? Well, it's accountability, and that's not wrong. It is, but it doesn't mean anything anymore.
No.
I think clients have heard it 1,000 times. It's accountability. It's making sure you turn up. It's making sure you get an effective workout. It's like, to me, that's just all of that's true, but it's just so boring. Yeah. That doesn't make them want to come with you because you say, if you come with me, I'll make you accountable. Because there's a billion other trainers, so I agree, like what you're saying. You need to stand out. And I think big time stand out, not just a little.
Yeah.
You literally need to be so different to get. It's true. If you're different in maybe not in always ways people like, but if you are different, you will get noticed, good or badly.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's good, but people may not agree with what you're saying if you're a bit controversial, but people will be recognising you.
If they see you there, they're watching your stuff, whether they agree with it or not. You're there.
Yeah.
They've seen you. They know your face. They know your name.
And how many business, just at some gyms I've been to, you see flyers for the PT. Have you ever looked at the flyers?
Not really.
They are all the same. They're saying the same stuff. I looked at it and I laughed. I actually laughed.
Just different colours.
I looked at a desk of a gym I go and it's just it's all the flyers but they're all different designs, but it's just the same. And I thought, if I was a potential client looking at all these, I'll go, right, that one says they're gonna work me on. It's all about accountability and setting goals, and I'll help you reach your goals no matter what they are. I can do weight. The next one is I will help you achieve whatever goal you're looking for. I help beginners. I can help you strengthen up. Next one, I specialise in reaching people's goals and targets, and it's there's nothing there that I would go that one's probably going to be for me.
Yeah.
It's I feel like how boring has this industry got? It's so boring.
We can't reinvent the wheel, but at the same time, you've got to make it appealing to people, haven't we? And it's just the same stuff. One thing I've been thinking of recently, and I've been thinking about changing the whole dynamic of my business.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the business coaches now, people in general are saying that we shouldn't be selling our time. Our time, our time is minimal, isn't it? There's only so many hours in the day that we can work. We should be selling. And I know some people, PTs do this, but we should be selling an outcome. It should be over a time scale. Like you're going to work with me for 8 to 12 weeks or whatever it is, 90 days, and I will get you to this point. But the requirements are this: you need to be committed. You need to have a gym membership. You need to be able to train this many times a week. You should follow everything I tell you to do. I will give you the tools. You just need to put it into action. And then it'd be I know these sorts of things and cost money, but it's a premium price, whether they split it over the 3 months or they pay in full, sort of thing. But it should be outcome based.
And you will weed out the people who aren't really into it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You'll weed them out naturally because they won't be dedicated.
Yeah, it gets the ones that are committed rather than and I'm not, again, for any of my clients watch this, the ones that do just train once.
You ain't got any
once a week.
What, your one client? Your mum?
My mum, yeah. Hi, mum.
I'm only joking. He has got clients.
Yeah. Put me off track now.
No, you were saying about I said weeding out the people that aren't dedicated, and
you'll get the ones that are committed that want to achieve and invest in themselves, whereas the ones that maybe can only afford it once a week, that's fine. That's fine. It's good they're turning up and doing something, and that's brilliant. And I commend them for doing that. But at the same time, you want them to do that a little bit more, because they're not going to get anything. They're not going to gain any benefit from just doing one training session a week. They need to go to the gym by themselves, be it like off their own back or for a structured program from you. But yeah, it might cost them a little bit more money, because that's more of your time that you're giving to them to prepare that. Or they go to a class, but just doing go for a walk, or 3 or 4 times a week, get on the push bike, whatever it is. Like you want them to do something extra.
It'd be interesting that, because what you're doing there, you're giving quite a tough challenge to her. Like, yeah, this is the outcome you get, but you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go to the gym twice a week. It'd be interesting how many people go, well, that's a bit much, I don't do that. I just want to come once a week and it's here.
Yeah, but then they still want to achieve their goals.
It'd be interesting, and you realise then is how much, where they put it in the, what's it called? How much they are, I can't think the word, but how highly they're valuing you.
Yeah.
As in how much value they're putting onto achieving what they want.
Yeah.
Because if someone really wants to do it, like if I really wanted to do it and I was into it, I would go for that. I'd go, right, I've got to go twice a week, I'm going to do that, I'm really into it.
You could be committed.
But you'll have the flaky people that just maybe don't want to commit to that because they ain't that into it. They just want to see a personal trainer once a week and try and get the same result.
A lot of the time people forget as well that if you were to work with a trainer for, say, 12 weeks, you're going to gain so much more knowledge from them. As long as they work well with you and you check in with them once a week, you could train with them once or twice a week, as well as check in with them online, everything else. But the knowledge you should gain from that trainer, from that person over 12 weeks, it might cost you, say it costs you £1,000, right? Yeah. But all the extra value you get, be it the sessions, the programs, the nutrition, the food plans, all that sort of stuff, like the 24/7 WhatsApp contact, whatever it is. Like after 12 weeks, most people should be able to then go off by themselves to a point and maybe just do a 1 PT a month with them for a catch up or something like that, and then carry on and carry on. Or that PT might have some sort of program that's they'll offer to their client once they finish that 12 weeks. So it's a cheaper offer where they work with them slightly less, but it's less intense, but where they can maintain where they are, or they can carry on sort of where they left off, but more on their own terms, sort of thing. So and when it comes to value, they get not only getting the time and, like I say, the nutritional side of it and the knowledge, but they get to take all that away afterwards. Like, you learn that once and you take it away with you for life.
Interesting to see how many people would do that.
The thing is, online, right? I've tried the online approach, and it's difficult on the island.
So because
people know you.
Okay, so that's a good subject to speak about that. Right. I never went down the online route.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go down that route. But you have, eh?
Yeah, a few times.
So, like, when we say online, we're on about online PT, like
online training. So
online training, like so. 1,000 other people are doing it. I mean, it's just flooded, eh?
Yeah. Oh, it's
so
massive.
like, how did that honestly? How did it pan out? Did it pan out the same as what you thought, or how did it go?
So I think referring back to the content stuff before.
Yeah. First of all, what was your service online? What were you
So
selling?
I started off doing 8-week fat loss challenges.
Okay.
So basically, they'd work with me. So basically, it'd be a group of people.
So you wouldn't see them physically?
No, wouldn't see them physically. So we'd work with a group of people.
Yeah.
They'd sign up. They'd give you all the information I asked for, and I would work out all of their calories to be in a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
And then I'd teach them about macros, so proteins, fats, carbs. I'd give them the guides on how to use things like MyFitnessPal so they could track their food. I'd give their training programs via either an online app or a spreadsheet. We'd have a weekly check-in, we'd have a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group, so we'd work together, and people achieved, like Erin, for instance, on the story from last week, like she lost, was it 14 kilos in 12 weeks or whatever it was, and then one of my clients lost 16 kilos in 10 weeks.
So in terms of numbers, getting people in, was it hard to get people to online training?
Yeah.
Was it hard to keep them? Did you get as many as you thought? Because my view on it is, My view on it was absolutely. I thought there was a lot of people doing it, but I thought it would work a little bit, but I don't ever think it'd work as well as what people thought it would.
It can work really well. Like,
did it work? What for you though?
At the time, yes.
Was that in lockdown or not?
Just after.
Okay.
I'd say just after lockdown.
So you had a nice load of people.
Yeah, I think at one point I did an 8-week challenge. I had 20 people on it.
Okay, so I'd say that's quite a good thing.
Yeah, and that worked out really well. Yeah, for sure.
So how did that continue? Did it maintain itself, or did it?
So I'm bad, and I'll own up to the fact that I'm not great at being organised. So what I should have done, and I didn't really know enough about it as well. Post that 8 weeks, I should have had an offer at the end of that where I go, carry on working with me for on a monthly fee, be it like just with an app. So they got the training programs, or this is what I charge for one-to-one. If you've enjoyed doing the process and you've got somewhere and you want to carry on, we can carry on doing this. At one stage, I did do a second 8 weeks or 6 weeks on the back of the 8 weeks because enough of them in the group wanted to carry on together, and I just charged them for another 6 weeks. But I was rubbish, like really rubbish at just being on it with making sure, because I was so worried about making sure everything else was sorted for that, and I get to like 2 weeks, a week before they finish, and I go, oh Christ, I've got nothing sorted.
So how long did they sign up for the?
So it was eight weeks. It was 8 week Fat Loss Challenge.
So did all of them get? Did all of them get to the end of the 8 weeks? Did everyone anyone fizzle out that wasn't really checking in with you? And
you get the ones that wouldn't check in because they would think that they weren't doing enough, and they weren't losing weight when that wasn't the complete point of it. So I based a lot of it on education. So I was trying to teach people about calorie deficit.
Do you think that was what they'd wanted, or not what they wanted? Do you think their expectations of what was going to happen was different to what actually happened?
No, I think all of them lost weight.
Yeah.
And all of them, and they gained knowledge from it.
Yeah.
And so I taught them about their training. Yeah. I taught them about, like, this is what we track.
So the 20
food.
Made it to the end.
Yeah, 20 made it to the end, but minus maybe a couple where they fizzled out a little bit and they weren't as committed to it.
I think that's normal, that.
Yeah, which is always normal.
Yeah.
You get the ones that annoyed me that they wouldn't check in because they hadn't lost weight that week, so they wouldn't check in. Well, that wasn't the point.
Well, this is what I want to talk about.
But it was the point of the check-ins for me was self-reflection. I can see on the form their answers, and I can go cool, and I can go back to them and say, why do you think this was the case? What happened here? Like, don't worry about this. Let's just get back on the wagon, keep pushing. But also, I want them to answer the questions, so they have to think about why.
Yeah.
Like why they might have failed that week to do all their training sessions, why they might have failed to stay in their calorie deficit all week. Like, so they can then go, I'm going to do better next week. Like, and it doesn't have to.
But
be
you
massive.
can't make them do that. Eh?
No, I can't.
This is the thing. They are in control.
This is the thing. Yeah.
This is the whole thing online. You're not with them, and if they have a bad week and they don't want to check in to put on weight, then their motivation might just drop to the point, I'm not going to carry on anymore. No. Because I'm embarrassed for one to put on weight. This isn't, it's harder than I thought.
Yeah, I mean,
you're online, the online thing, you can't sit down and have one-to-one chat with them like this.
No, well, you can call them. You have your phone call chats with them, which is good, or Zoom. But this is where the good trainer part comes into it, where you make sure you're checking in with them every week. And if you do see that they are slipping, you're like, right, let's have a chat.
But you think you could have done that differently next time?
That bit I could have done a bit differently, but it was more the post 8 weeks. I never had anything like. Now I've learned from a business coach that you should always have that extra offer at the end. So like, you upsell it to something else, or like, carry on working with me. It's a cheaper price. It's this, but let's just keep you on track. Let's give you that structure.
Do you think it's worth the online thing? Looking at it generally, do you think it's worth doing as a trainer, or is it something that's actually a lot more work than you think it's going to be to train clients online? Financially, is it worth it, or could you just get a few more real life clients and earn similar money? Time wise, how much time it takes?
I don't know what stuff you see online in terms of online coaching and coaches, but the guys that I follow and I've worked with, Ollie that I worked with, the coach, our business coach, he is coaching coaches that are now bringing in 30, 40, 50k a month, like by not actually physically seeing anybody, like, and more. Like, it's ridiculous money, like, even and more money. Like, people are bringing in, some of them hundreds of thousands of pounds. Like, and I know it's not all about the money, but we do need to make a living. But it's ridiculous money. But I would say it's definitely easier for somebody who can give the time to being present online, on social media. Like if you've got a presence on there already and you've got a decent following, like let's put, for instance, that there's a, well, I won't mention her name, but there's a local girl who doesn't live here anymore. She comes back quite a lot, but she's built a massive following and created her own app. But she had such a good following beforehand and worked with a bunch of guys online anyway. Then she took that following and then created her own thing on the side. So like she had all the stuff, social media content and all that sort as it was. So she was popular. So it's much easier to transfer it into an online business. Whereas like I might be trying to grow from, I've got 1,000 followers on Instagram, but trying to convert 1,000 followers, I mean, I can't remember what the ratios were, but percentage wise, you might convert like 3% of those. Like if you're lucky. Like so, I was on email lists. I was like pumping out stuff. Again, it's time. It's pumping out emails to email lists, and it ends up becoming a bit like spam-like for people, and they get annoyed by it. But that's fair enough. Like unsubscribe.
So this is what I want to get to. So you're saying you've got that. So it's very time-consuming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For very small, very low percentage of people take it up.
Yeah.
Then I just think, well, do you ever at some point did you think actually it's easy to train people in a gym?
For me, when the kids came along, with the kids and life and how busy I am.
So you're not doing it much now?
I don't do it much now. I would love to be able to push it a bit more.
Do you think though, just what you said there, do you think actually you've either got to be all in on it, as in you're not training any physical clients, your only thing you're doing is online, and you get a team, and you get a team of people helping you, and you go all in with it, or trying to do it on the side, which a lot of PTs do, on the side as a little extra income, maybe the reason that you don't really break it big time, maybe the people that are doing huge numbers, they've got an online PT, maybe they're not doing like us, they're not in a gym, that is their thing, and they are pouring every bit of time into it. They've got a team doing some social media for them, and like you've got to literally just go for it, and then you might make some decent thing.
Yeah, I mean, the guys that I've worked with, I know they've had teams that they've worked alongside or formed, and some of them have crashed and burned, or there's been like more fires to put out than they've been willing to do. Like so, Ollie that I trained with, he based in the UK. He had a full team, like, and they were bringing big money in. He was obviously business coaching at the time, but he was like, the fires he had to put out, it wasn't worth it. So he sacked it all off and then just went all in by himself. But again, he had all the stuff ready to go. But in terms of like you say about personal training and coaching online, I think if you're good with time management, and you've not got a lot of stuff going on, like with a busy family and life and kids, all that sort of stuff, as well as, I was saying to somebody the other day, trying to run a full-time business, self-employed, to make sure we're keeping a roof on us.
Where you're in a gym, physically training people and doing the online.
But trying to do the online stuff on the side is so difficult.
Yeah,
like it's just unless you are absolutely on it, and I'm a little bit, I can't even think of the words now. When you struggle with words and writing and stuff, I can't think of the words. That's typical.
Thick.
Well, there's that. I'm not sure that's politically correct.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I think we know what you mean. Academic.
No, but either way, I'll write an email and I've got to check it 4 times before I send it out because I'm worried that something's wrong. Like, so it takes me ages. So I'm faffing with that. I mean, that's probably the positives of having AI and ChatGPT these days.
Which wasn't really around back in the day, eh?
No, you can use that now and it'll pump up. You've got to like tailor it a little bit more to who you're sending it to and make sure it's not Americanized. But
so basically, so
if you've got the time to do it, then and you can commit to it, and you've got a good online presence, and you've got time to make content where people can see you and see you training and like what you're about, then happy days, go for it.
See, I know a lot. I think trainers have all been down that route that you said. I think a lot of trainers, and I remember when it was all going online, I remember every PT was going online, doing online training. It was a bit of a craze. And I think they've probably all gone through the same stages as you.
COVID was a big problem.
They got to get some clients.
Catalyst for that, though, wasn't it? Because COVID made people go online.
Yeah, I reckon they did get some clients, not as many as they thought. It was a lot more hassle than they thought, and a lot of them aren't doing it now.
No.
They've backed off of it. They've still got a website, but don't really do a lot of online anymore. I think you go through a stage where you sort of learn that I think a lot of things that you think are going to be easy to make money aren't in any industry, not as this. And I think dealing with people online, especially weight loss, it's a tough subject. It's a tough call because you're dealing with people who ultimately may be struggling with a lot of stuff, and you're doing your best of them, but some of them aren't ready to change. They're not in the right space, and then you're telling all this stuff, and like you say, you think, oh, what's happened to so and so? She hasn't checked in for a bit. Then that's a lot of time dealing with her. Then all your time might just go to a few people because then you got all of it. Then you think, actually, financially, I might be better off just to get a few more clients in the gym and not have all this hassle. And I think that went for a lot of trainers' heads. Yeah. I think they just couldn't be bothered with the hassle of it all.
I think it was just almost the easier option.
It was especially
because you were there anyway.
Yeah, because it's like,
I've got a spare hour.
Yeah, and I can train, I can charge them £50 a month or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, and that's going to be really good. And I only have to give them a few workouts. But in reality, you're dealing with a lot of hassle. A lot of hassle.
I mean, it's worth saying that there are people out there I know, especially locally, that have made it work and made it work really well. And fair play to them, and they are good coaches. But I think the irony was my niche when I did it with my business coach was busy parents.
Yeah.
So I was trying to work with busy parents. Irony was I was too bloody busy to do it.
But I think the people that it's working, and there is trainers that's working well, I think they're putting in a hell of a lot of work that we don't see.
Oh, God.
They are probably working on it solid.
Yeah.
And we just look and go, oh, that's easy, we can do that.
Yeah.
But actually, they are probably, the amount of work they're doing is probably unbelievable. And I find that of a lot of things in life with people that are making really good money with their jobs. From the outside, and we're looking and go like, they only do that and they're on like a fortune. Then you see what they're actually doing, and they are working their absolute backsides off of it 24/7, and they're really working hard at it. And I'm a great believer that nothing in life comes easy that's worth doing.
The other thing on the side of it is I became a PT to be like I enjoy being on the gym floor and I enjoy speaking to people. Like I've got such a good rapport with all of my clients.
Yeah.
And you might have that with your online clients, but
it's not the same.
I don't want to be sat on my computer all day, like going cross-eyed. There's a reason why I didn't take a job in an office. Sorry, I'm going to cough. So, like, I don't want to be doing that all the time. Like, I enjoy putting some content on social media. I enjoy being present when I can. I enjoy educating people when I can, but I don't want to be sat on the computer all day, every day, following up leads, answering emails, having online Zoom calls, all that sort of stuff. So I actually quite enjoy that one-to-one engagement.
Yeah, but when you built your website to go online, you weren't thinking like that, eh?
No,
you didn't think for a minute, oh, this is going to do my head in now. It's like, yes, online, look at what I can charge a month. And then it gets down to reality of it. Like you say, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck at this computer for like ages, sorting out this crap and doing this and that. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's a lot more hassle and work than maybe I think a lot. And I think everyone, I'm the same, I didn't want to go down the route because I didn't want to be, I had a feeling, it'd be like, I wasn't sure, but I had a feeling, oh, this is going to be a minefield for people and I don't want to be sat here doing emails all day. I'd rather be in a gym. So I never even went down that route, actually.
You're like me though, like you're good.
I knew that's not my thing.
You're an entertainer. Yeah. I'm saying I'm an entertainer. You're an entertainer. You're good with people. I need to get a glass of water. Bear with me. Sorry.
He's talking about money.
Yeah.
He's feeling sick. But no, it's interesting. I didn't go down that route actually, and I just didn't. I went. I did Zoom. What was it? Do you remember in lockdown? Zoom was a big thing, and I started doing Zoom classes. I remember that. Do you remember lockdown, Zoom?
Yeah.
Zoom went crazy.
We were living in a one-bed flat.
And I was in my kitchen and I was doing fitness classes, live fitness classes. This is getting away from the online thing. I wasn't doing like what you were doing. I was just doing live classes, right? I think we all were, right?
Yeah, I did that.
I think you were as well.
Every Monday.
Everyone was doing live classes.
I was like to take apart my sofa because it was in 2 bits, move it across the room, roll up a mat, a rug in the floor, so I had this floor space in this little flat that we were living in every morning.
and I had a payment. I think we used the same payment system, because you asked me whether you could book. Like an online booking system, and I quite liked. I thought this is decent, and people had to pay, and you could see how many people were in for your class. Then I do a live. I remember having quite a lot on. I remember doing. I
enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoyed it, but again, that had its day. As soon as lockdown finished, it ended. Yeah, everyone went back to gyms, and
going back to the online stuff. Over here, I think it's like you can be really good at it, but nowhere's far. So for someone to turn up to a class or to a gym, unlike somewhere in the UK, it might take them half an hour. Like 10, 15 minutes tops, and you're somewhere. You could be quick session, straight from work, from home, wherever. Like it's not that far to go and see someone.
No.
And I think there's that extra element. Whether it was difficult to sell online over here, and some people are doing it, but
I'll be honest, and a lot of people might disagree with this. You might disagree with me as well.
Here we go.
But I think my view is, and I could just be in a grumpy mood. Yeah, I could just be in a grumpy mood today, but I thought as well. Almost think online's had its day. And I
really?
Think, yeah. I think it's old-fashioned. I think it's done. I think it had its day.
Oh, Grandad.
Because I believe that PT is about seeing people face to face, making them feel good. Chatting to them is so much more than just exercise. Where you can be miserable, go and chat to you. You might have a client in and they're feeling miserable, and you start chatting to them about stuff, and all of a sudden you're feeling good. So I think it's more of a package going and see someone. Like it's more of a holistic, like a mental health thing, and I think that's missing online. But I think the online thing, I think it's had its craze. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I know there's people out there doing it, making a fortune, and I know like they're good luck to them. However, almost think it's a bit outdated now. I think things are moving on with AI and everything. I think it's going to be.
I see your online's done, and I'll raise you an AI. I'll raise you ChatGPT. Like, where do you stand on that? Like, I think we might have covered a little bit this a few weeks ago.
I think the reason online
you can go on and get a program like
that's what I say. I think the reason online could be a thing of the past soon. And when I say online, I mean people like us giving people programs online and check-ins and all this. Yeah. I think that's almost had its day. I think it's maybe going to be very obsolete and old-fashioned soon. With AI coming up, I think it's been mind-blowing, and I don't think people... I think there might be a version of it. Let me say, there may be a version of us still doing online stuff, but I'll clarify what I mean is, the way it's been done will be looked at as old-fashioned and gone soon.
Right, yeah.
So there will be online... I think online fitness will always be there, but I think with AI, it's going to move on so much. I think the days of us giving people program online and check-ins, I think will be gone. I think that'll be looked at in 5 years' time as, my God, do you remember that? That's really old-fashioned.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
That's just my view on it.
Yes.
But I think the way it's going with AI, I mean, it's just look what it's doing now, and they haven't even started.
I know, it's mental.
Like, I think people may I believe that people might want to go down the route of they want to see someone more than ever because of AI. I think they'll want to have human contact.
There's always those things, though, isn't it? Like something comes around, it's really cool, everyone does it, and then they go revert back to what they were doing because they're missing it slightly, or it's like it's a bit more normal for them. But I think I was speaking to a client the other week about it. I think like the in-person, unless there's a way of you, well, it probably is now, videoing yourself, sending it to AI. It analyses it and then comes back to you and says, "Oh, yeah, so your squat depth isn't as low as it should be.
Common.
Get your arse back a bit more. Sit on your heels. That sort of stuff. That's the reason why we're there." Like,
I think that'll be there very soon.
Yeah,
I honestly believe it. In fact, we could be done. I'll go as far as to say our jobs.
We could just be doing this.
So go all in and just do this. We may just be doing this.
Yeah.
I know people.
We've been sat in the local bus shelter because we haven't got else anymore, so I can't afford it.
I think it will go. I think it could go.
Tripod and
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it could go a few ways. It could either go like so AI and everything that people actually really want to see a real person and we'll be fine. They might go, look, I am sick to death of all this stuff. I just want to talk to someone real. Or
there's always going to be those people.
You see now, people walk around the gym watching videos of like, I see it at the gym I go to, like watching videos of people doing exercises. I can see their phone, it's down, and they're watching a video. It's either a trainer, or it's Instagram, or it's the YouTube. They're watching something, and they're watching an exercise.
The next big thing.
And they're doing it. And I'm like, what's happened to us? What's happened to us personal trainers? They don't need us. And I thought, my God, that's just a bit of a weird thing to see. Because I never saw that years ago. Like, it wasn't round. And
do you know what I think people find it more awkward to do these days as well? Is ask.
Like, they can't communicate anymore.
No, that's what
people can't communicate, especially the young
phones,
ones.
Like they just sit on their phones watching Instagram. Like just ask someone. Like, and depending on what gym you're at, there should be good trainers there. There'll be trainers there. There's someone there to help you. Like just ask.
They won't ask.
People used to ask all the time.
They don't need to.
It wasn't there at your fingertips.
They don't need to.
Now there's just like complete mums walking around with their phones in their hand.
They'll just ask ChatGPT how to do a squat.
Yeah.
This is the problem. Rightly or wrong, I'm not saying that's right, but they don't need to ask. It's the thing, because we know it's not all the be all and end all. Like ChatGPT telling you what to do and watching a video, you can't beat someone watching you. But do they even care?
Yeah.
They're just watching it. They've probably got all the coaching points there. And this is why I think, like, it'd be interesting what everyone else thinks about it. But this industry, I don't know if there's probably other industries as well, but it's going to get harder, I think.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to get harder for us.
It's already harder.
It's already hard.
It's so saturated in people out there that are trying to get into it. Again, we talked about it the other week about how people think it's easy to make money in this industry when it's not. Like, you put some serious graft in, but it's really more difficult to, like, you have to make sure people know who you are. Like, neither of us are getting any younger, and we're not old. No. But there's so many all these whippersnappers coming through now with qualifications. Like, trying to take.
There's new trainers coming through all the time. But like, and there'll be some really good ones. There will be, but there'll be some really ones as well. Blank that one out. But the interesting, I've always seen this. Clients don't seem to care whether you're new or not. Like, because you've been doing it a while, doesn't mean you're gonna have more clients than someone who's doing it a year.
No.
The person who's doing a year could get a lot more clients than you, and I've seen it, and I've been a bit put out. I've been like, fucking, they're busier than me, and I've been doing this so long, and well, actually, they're probably.
You know what they're like though? Yeah, they're like the new iPhone.
Yeah,
they're the new best thing.
The new people on the block they get new clients, and sometimes clients you've had, and they're trying a new person because they think, oh, they're gonna be better.
They're new. They're different.
They're better.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the next one comes along. Oh, they're a bit different. Have
you ever seen a client of yours with someone else? I did one. I haven't seen it once. I saw it once, and it was the most horrible feeling.
Oh,
it was
really?
like seeing your ex-girlfriend with a new boyfriend. Seriously,
I bet
it was awful.
Especially if you've not had a bad breakup. Yeah,
I felt betrayed, and she didn't last anyway. The woman she's on.
I don't know if I have actually.
Yeah, I've seen it once.
Maybe once. I'm not
I've only had it ever once. Then I realised she went to someone else. Yeah, she just wasn't me, but it's horrible.
I've seen a couple of people I've trained with other people. So I've got people online that I've trained and now working with trainers. But yeah, I don't.
People just shop around a bit.
I mean, everyone shops around for everything, eh? But and that's the thing with the island. You're bound to see it because we're such a small community, a small population. You're going to bump into people that you know and go, "Oh, what are you doing these days?" "Oh, I'm training with so and so." "All right, oh, cool."
So you were saying you think it's getting harder for us?
I think it's already getting hard. You said it's going to get hard with AI and that sort of stuff. I think it's already harder than it was. I said because the market is like, there's so many of us. There's so many trainers out there, and where I train from, and you would have been a bit different because you're at any time, weren't you? Whereas when we were both at Bosey, we were working for them, but we were seen. Whereas where I am now, it's just a private studio, so there's like
you had exposure.
Yeah, it's the word exposure. So there's not a lot of people in that gym. You get a few members. I think we've got about 10 members. But it's a personal training studio, so I don't get that exposure. Again, this goes back to being, and we spoke about this at the gym I train at, all of us, 4 trainers out there, about being relevant and being present online. Because if not, people just don't know that we're there. Like, and people don't know that we're free. People don't know the gym we work at. People that come into the gym that we train out of are astonished at what we've got. Like, the kit's amazing. Like, Ross, the guys that runs it, he buys some decent stuff in, and it's all really good stuff. And the guys I work with are really good, or work alongside. But it's about having the exposure. And I have wondered in the past about going to a more commercial gym, like say Anytime.
I don't think you get any more though. But me and another trainer were talking about this.
Oh really?
We don't think it does a lot.
It's just one of those.
You think it would, but we didn't really notice it.
But one thing I was always good at, and I don't blow my trumpet a lot, I was good at going to talk to people and correct and form.
You get people feel that way, yeah.
And I was good at saying that, sorry, do you mind if I just help out a little bit? I said, I've just noticed this, and tell me to bugger off if you want me to bugger off, but this is what I do, this is my job. Can I just help you with this movement, this technique? And they go, oh, thanks, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it does work.
Like, that's how I think I'd then gain more clients through that, because I didn't mind doing that. You don't see a lot of that these days, but people are afraid to talk to other people.
Most of them got the headphones in, they don't want to talk, that's the problem. True, that is the problem nowadays. But, right, I've got a question for you.
God, hit me.
Honest answer.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm worried.
There's no right or wrong, you're in a safe place. There's no right or wrong answer. This is in the job interview.
Yeah.
If you shot down all online, all social media, effing right now today.
Yeah.
Right, so I said...
Well, all my Instagram stuff.
Effing.
Yeah.
Effing stopped.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you'd lose? Do you think you'd gain more or less clients, or nothing would happen? How effective is that for you for gaining clients?
Oh, I mean...
Would you notice anything?
No. Yeah. Currently, with the way... more recently, the last week or so, probably 2 weeks, I've tried to be a bit more present online with these, and with our little shorts from these interviews and chats we've had. A bit more present, but currently, I wouldn't.
Does it get you a client every week being online?
No, not at all. No. If I was aiming to do online training, then I'd need it. Yeah, but currently nothing. I wouldn't lose. I don't think I'd lose.
So raise the question: why are we bothering online with social media?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
And I only asked that because I've seen someone ask that on the marketing thing I was watching, and he was like, "Well, why waste your time then?"
Yeah, why are you on it?
And we're like, well, because everyone else, well, that's what we do, eh? He's like, what's the point? And I thought, my God.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, to be fair.
I mean, I'm not saying you should.
It's quite a simple thing, really, isn't it? Like, why do we bother? Or if it's not gaining us any work.
Then he said, how many clients do you get from you knowing someone? And they said, oh, you're training Tom. Probably quite a bit more. Had word of mouth stuff.
Yeah.
How many clients have come to you and said, oh, you trained my friend, or you used to train my friend years ago?
As we said last week, the week before, referrals.
So I think that, for me, is far more valuable.
Oh, for sure.
For what we're doing, I'm not saying I'm saying if you're massively online and that's your thing, and you're in 100 grand, 200 grand a year doing online, you are fully in it. You are smashing it.
Oh God, yeah.
And you are got a team, you got a lot. But I think for us trying to do it, post here and there on the side, I think my view is you just disappear into the atmosphere.
I think you end up drowning in it.
One person might see it. No, I go. Yeah, you just disappear.
You drown in the mass of people, but also, and you have to make yourself different, yes, and you have to be consistent and persistent with the posts that you're putting out, and same time.
It's interesting you say that though.
But you drown in the amount of work that it is. Like I drowned. Like, as in,
you go into different times. Like,
I've got to do this job, I've got that job, I've got to do this email, I've got to do this post, right across, I've got to do a post for that day. Get that sort of, right, cross, got to go back to work. Right, and and next thing you know,
it's all consuming.
Got 3 more hours, PT, come home, right, kids to bed, bath, bed, sound, I'm knackered, right, make my breakfast, right, bedtime, cool.
Starts again.
Wake up at 5 o'clock, go again. But when it comes to the online stuff, a lot of the reason why I did it, or started to do the business coaching from it, was to try and create a bit more freedom.
Yeah.
So if I could earn some more money by doing less work, which we all want to do.
Which I think what everyone does online for. They could have a separate income.
But that was like, for me going, this, repeat, and then same again every day. I didn't want to do that all the time, especially with 2 kids. I want to be able to eventually pick them up from school or drop them off. I don't get to do any of that bit because of my hours. And it's obviously harder on my wife. And she's got long hours as well, being a teacher. But if it gives me a bit more financial and freedom of time, then happy days. But it's the time you've got to put into it to get it off the floor and moving. Like you got to get it going. And like I've had that presence, I've had that bit, and I'm probably a bit old hat with it now. And there's other people, younger people out there. One thing, and I'll fully admit this, and it's something like being a busy parent, and we are flat out all the time, is that when it comes to training, so I train hard, I train well, enjoy it. I probably could train harder. We all could. My thing at the moment is just I'm so tired all of the time.
Your training's not as effective.
But no, not that. But it's the food. I've always struggled with my weight, and it's one of the reasons why I do the job, because I've been there, I've done it. I've been big. I've lost the weight. I've trained hard. I've done half marathons. I've done this. I've done that. And I can relate to a lot of people that want to achieve things. But I'm not in the best physical shape I've ever been in. I'll fully admit that, and I want to be better. But that's down to me. But at the moment, whereas I was training at like 5 a.m. before Rivy come along, or actually when she was here, first here, she slept all night. Now, there's no chance I'll be getting up early in the morning to go and train, get that extra bit of cardio in, which was really helping me, and also good for my mental health, because I wasn't struggling so much. And at the moment now, like myself and my wife are so drained, and it's not just us; it's people, parents everywhere. You'll be the same. Like it's just constant. But going back, I've kind of gone off on a tangent. But if you can show sometimes that you are in that, if you show that you're doing the stuff that people want to do and want to achieve, then they buy into you. Like when I was 2017, I did my photo shoot, but I posted pretty much daily of my workouts, and it was just photos, but people could see what I was doing, and then people got, oh, this is cool. This is like, still asking me questions. I got a lot of shit for it because I was just posting my body all over the internet. But
sexy.
Yeah, but it's people can see what you're doing, and people like that. And they go, oh yeah, I'd love to look like him or look like her, that sort of stuff. But that's a difficult thing at the moment. I can tell you how to train hard. I can tell you how to try and adapt your days, how to prioritise things, how to sort your food out, all that sort of stuff. But sometimes I can't practice what I preach all of the time. Yeah. Which is sometimes difficult, and I fully admit that. But that comes with time. Once the kids settle and the sleep patterns settle and that sort of stuff, we're like boom, straight back into it and loving it again. It's people buy into people. Yeah, that's the main thing.
No, I think you're right. I think, I agree, and I think that what you just said then, people buy into people, and I think as terms as PT, getting client stuff, I think the number one thing is people talking to each other.
Yeah.
I think that's got me more work than anything hands down ever, by far. The one thing that's got me is I used to come to your class. Like people might have come to my classes years ago, and they contact you, and are you still doing PT? And they remember you, and they've either had some contact with me in the past, or I've trained their friend. It's very, very rare I've had someone seen a post on Instagram, message me, I want PT of you because I've seen you.
There's always that referral or previous.
It's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
I think a post isn't enough to get someone to call you. It can be, don't get me wrong, it can be, but generally I think people trust their friends, and if their friend recommends you,
100%.
There's no barriers. They'll just come to you, and it's such an easy win. If you ever had anyone just say, you train my friend, I want some PT of you, it's like, how easy was it? Yeah. You've had to do no work.
I've got one lady,
and I think, my God, how easy was that? Just because I've trained their friend.
I've got one lady I should have to start paying commission to soon. She's given me so many clients.
Oh well, you've given me. I've still got that lady. You give me this lady, and I've still got her now.
Oh, is that my client's mum?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've still got her now.
That's really good. I'm glad she carried on.
And if you wouldn't have said that to me, would I have had her as a client? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm not sure she didn't know. She didn't know you were.
She knew who I was. She's like.
But again, it's because you're not you're not online.
Yeah.
People look online. They're like looking around. It's like you're not present. Like that's why it's that word of mouth. It's like it's key, absolute key.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
word of mouth is absolute key.
I think we should end it there.
And she wasn't.
I think we should end it there. I think we've had a good rant now. I say a good rant.
Well, I think we've spoken about a lot of online stuff actually.
I think we've covered a lot. I kind of don't want to go too. I think we're just going to repeat ourselves if we carry on, and also people get bored of listening to us too long. But I think we've covered
some good, interesting stuff.
I like the questions there about online stuff. And,
I think we've covered good questions online.
Yeah, that was good. And you can tell none of this is scripted, and I didn't know any of that was comments.
But let us know your thoughts. Yeah, if you're a PT or whatever, and what you think of the online thing with personal training, what you think of it. I mean, that's our views on it. Tom said I never did it, but he said, obviously, basically in a nutshell, it was a lot of work.
What I'd be keen to know is whether people are willing to pay for like the online service, and it's not cheap. Like a lot of them, you're either paying anywhere between £150 to £200 plus a month.
Why would you want to go online rather than meet you? That's
the thing that I was saying. Would they pay that? Would
That's
they
what
be
I'm
investing?
asking, like, why
or
would they
you
want
prefer to go?
I can go online with Tom, or I can meet him at the gym. I live in Guernsey, so I can be. It's not an issue travelling.
Yeah.
What's the advantage? Or why would they? Maybe they don't want to come to a gym. They just want to do it their else. Or is that not really a thing now, and people are quite happy to go to the gym?
I mean, online could be a bit more cost effective in the sense that, like, looking at the PT, if someone was to come and see you 3 times a week at, what are you, 150 quid an hour?
I was a few years ago. Not since then.
Yeah, so call it 60 quid an hour. Like, if someone's seeing you 3 times a week, so that's 180 quid a week. So over 4 weeks, I can't do the maths on that, but you'd be paying a lot less.
180 quid for free. The session's at 60 quid a week. 180 quid.
180
sessions. 60 quid a session, free. That's 180.
It's 180 quid, but that times 4 over a month. There you go. Come on, Carol Vorderman, get it sorted. Go on, you can do
500,
it.
600
2 from the top, 1 from the bottom.
Where's my calculator?
But what I'm saying is that online coaching will probably be cheaper if they were to go to the gym paying 50 quid a month for their membership. Well, that's cheap these days, isn't it, from a gym membership, especially over here. Rather than coming to see you 3 times a week or more, because you want them to train at least 3 times a week.
But what sort of person you're dealing with that wants to go cheaper? What's their mindset going to be like?
Well, I suppose,
we've got to do another video on this.
Anyway, we'll finish it on there,
Well,
we'll carry on. You got to go back to work, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, we'll do another video on that.
All right.
Cool.
See you
Thanks,
next
guys.
time.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys.